think it's working. Cool. All right. Hey, you guys. Happy Wednesday. So excited to do this live where we try to answer as many questions as possible for everybody. I want to just make sure my volume's up. Cool. Hey. Oops, my computer's black right now. I'm trying to get my questions to pop up so I can try to answer as many before Kevin comes on, and then we have Abby. So it's going to be great. Hopefully we answer everything that you guys kind of threw at us the last 2 days. But I'm just gonna get going, and I think the biggest questions that I got all had to do with food and eating. Do I have cheat days? Do I eat unhealthy? What do I typically eat in a day? So I think I'll just tackle all those first. And yes, I do have cheat days. I love burgers, I love fries, I love pizza, dessert. I could eat dessert every single day. I try not to do that, but yeah, I definitely have cheat days. I do believe though in 80-20, eating healthy 80% of the time, and then treating yourself the other 20 and not feeling bad about it. I kind of don't like the term cheat day because I don't feel like there's anything wrong with eating foods that typically aren't the best for you, but they make you happy to eat. Yes, brownies, Megan, I love brownies. That's probably my favorite dessert to eat. But a typical day for me, if I am eating really healthy, lately has been hard-boiled eggs. I don't know where this came from, but I really like hard-boiled eggs and toast with peanut butter on it and honey. And then lunch, I'm making acai bowls, salads, tuna melts. Tuna melts are literally the easiest thing to make. It's cheap. It's cheap. So that's really great, especially during this time where I know it's really tough for a lot of people. And dinners usually consist of some sort of protein. Like tonight we're doing barbecue chicken, baked sweet potato, and a side salad or a veggie. So that's kind of a typical day for me eating wise, plus a dessert. I made chocolate chip cookies a couple days ago that have been lasting for far too long. Anyways, and then how do you find the right approach to nutrition? I would say, this is a really tough question because I get a lot of DMs of girls wanting, and typically girls wanting to know how to eat, how to lose weight, how to just, get that ideal body that they want. And I always say you have to really find what's best for you, and that is just experimenting with different things and finding foods that your body really enjoys. And I always say lean proteins are always a good place to start. Lots of vegetables. And I do not understand this whole thing of no carbs. I don't get it. You need carbs to fuel your body. Especially if you're working out, you need carbs. Brown rice, sweet potato, quinoa, roasted potatoes, please eat carbs. It shouldn't be the largest portion on your plate, but please incorporate carbs into your diet. It is not unhealthy for you to eat oatmeal and things like that. So please don't stay away from those foods. You need it. Your body needs it. Do I count calories? I get this question a lot too. I don't count calories. I think that it can become really obsessive, just like stepping on a scale and seeing your number. And you could feel so good about yourself, and then you step on the scale and you're like, okay, this doesn't reflect how I'm feeling about myself. I find the same with calories and just having a positive relationship with food. I feel like if you're counting all day, you're more concerned about the number that you don't want to go over versus actually enjoying the meal, and you can kind of have this unhealthy relationship with food. So no, I don't count calories. Where did I get my love of cooking? I would say that I really fell in love with cooking in college when I was on my own and I didn't have my parents cooking for me anymore. And I really had to start experimenting with foods, and I didn't want to eat bad and eat shit food. So I just got really into cooking and cooking for other people. Hi, Danny. But I would say that's where it started. And then another question I got, how do I stay motivated during quarantine? This is really tough, but I feel like so many trainers and people have made it such a positive experience for all of us by going live every single week. You really have no excuses to not work out because you have the best trainers from all over teaching amazing workouts for free. And I feel like that's what motivates me. I get excited because there are people that I don't typically get to go to all the time. They live in different cities. And it's fun. I've been really doing like a lot of dance cardio and Pilates. That's been really fun. So I feel like just finding something that you enjoy, something that's fun, and you know, you don't have to do the same workout every day. You can switch it up. So I think that's what keeps me motivated. And also right now, unfortunately, I'm not able to work because modeling, I can't do that right now. Yes, ClassPass has a lot of options. Yes, Logan. So I kind of had my lost train of thought because I saw ClassPass with Logan, which is also a great thing with a lot of trainers. But trainers that I have been liking, obviously I've been going live with Kevin. Train with Danny is amazing. Megan Roop is awesome for dance cardio. The Workout LA. You got Rumble with Erica. She's an amazing instructor. Katie Austin. There's so many instructors right now going live. So I do have a story highlight for that answers all of those questions and tags all of those instructors. Okay. This one I really wanted to touch on, which is how to not compare yourself to others and just talking about self-love. Especially now more than ever, we are on Instagram so much because we're home, we're not able to go out and do as much, and like that's our way of staying connected. And I found that I've really had to kind of filter out the accounts that don't make me feel good and follow people who are uplifting, keep you motivated, are very real and genuine. I try to do my best with my account to share the highs and lows, talk about my experience with depression, and just keep it real and not just show you this highlight reel of everything going on in my life. And I tend to try to find accounts that do the same. And I also really love food, so I follow a lot of food accounts. Can't go wrong there. And I feel like that's been the best thing for me, to not compare as much. But you know, we're all human. We see people, we see someone's body and we're like, why don't we have that body? Or, you know, we see someone's life and we're like, oh, why am I not able to do that? Or how do I get there? It's a natural thing. Don't beat yourself up about it. We all do it. I do it. But I found that if I filter out the things that don't make me feel good about myself and I follow the things that give me good energy and are positive to my life, that has been a lot better for me. Mental health. So I've dealt with depression my whole life. It has been something that we've dealt with in my family. I lost my grandfather, who I've never met, to suicide. He dealt with mental health. Sorry, I don't mean to get all emotional, but it has been something in my family and something that I've dealt with. And, you know, I go through these waves of some days I wake up and I'm feeling amazing. And then there's other days where, you know, I wake up and I'm like, fuck, how do I get going today? Like, how do I push through? And I started this journal. It's called the 5-Minute Journal, and you write what you're grateful for, how to make what are things that would make your day great. And you kind of just write a message to yourself, and then you write 2 words that represent who you are. Like, I am happy, I am healthy, I am strong. And I've tried to make it a habit of doing that every day, especially on the days where I'm like not feeling it. And that has really helped me. But you know, communication is also a really big thing. I would just usually sit in my room, kind of stay away from everybody and everything going on, and I wouldn't exactly be the nicest to people because I was just so angry with myself, and I lost a lot of friends and stuff for a period of time. I actually quit soccer at UCLA for 9 months, and it wasn't healthy, and I'm like, I need to change this. I need to get out of this cycle, and I need to figure out a way to break this and make it, I guess, wake up, and if I'm not feeling okay, not beat myself up about it. Just be like, you know what? It's okay that I'm having a good day. I'm going to embrace it, but I'm also going to communicate how I'm feeling today with somebody that I feel comfortable enough sharing it with. And I finally got in the habit of doing that and not just like holding on to all of these feelings and just kind of, I guess, pushing people away. So, it's a constant work in progress. I'm not perfect. I still deal with it all the time. And it's something that I have to deal with every single day. But communication. Please talk to somebody. No one's going to judge you for not feeling okay. Please share. So that is what I want to talk about with mental health. And then something completely off the spectrum, which is skincare. I get a lot of that. My thing about skincare is I feel like it's hard to share things because, everybody's skin is so different. But I will say the keys to good skin are vitamin C serum. I want to say SPF. I think that's really important. And also just, a good moisturizer. But I will share some things that have been working for me, but you have to try them out for at least like 2 weeks to see how your skin is reacting to it. I really like this. Weleda, I don't know how you say it. Anyways, this is really good. Oh, under eye is great too, but I wouldn't say that's like an essential to like start out, but I do use under eye cream. This is really great if you have dry skin. I typically use this at nighttime. And then I would say my vitamin C serum has been like my key to success with my skin. This is the one I use. I feel like you can't really go wrong with vitamin C. You just have to find a serum that's good for you. And this one's pretty affordable. I see some that are like $200 and I'm like, no chance, sorry. I haven't started using this one yet, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. Ulta. I use an SPF. It's usually this one every day, but I kind of want to switch it up and this is a moisturizer and SPF in one, but I feel like it's better to split them up and just use one where its sole purpose is just sunscreen. But sunscreen, guys, so important. And then my moisturizers lately also that I've been loving are Summer Fridays and Glam Glow, because I feel like I get dry skin really easily. And then another thing that I've been using is I do use this retinoid cream with squalene, is that how you say it? The Ordinary. This has been awesome too. I use this like twice a week, but make sure you use a moisturizer with it because it will dry out your skin. But those are some of my favorite products. Oh, and this, which you can get at any store. Rose hip oil is amazing. It is so good for your skin. Oh, some people couldn't see it. But yeah, vitamin C serum, sunscreen, moisturizer, rose hip oil, and like a good retinol cream. I'm just reading some of this stuff to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, rose hip oil is seriously the best. Okay, I only have a couple minutes before Kevin comes on, so I'm gonna try to like get through the rest of these questions as quickly as I can. Modeling. How did I get into modeling? So after I finished playing soccer, which I knew I didn't want to go pro. I've always kind of known that. I just knew it wasn't for me. I wanted to try out modeling. My mom was an actress and a dancer, and so I always was really interested in like that kind of industry. I just didn't know where I wanted to go with it. So modeling was where I started, and fitness, obviously, the whole fitness industry appealed to me most, being an athlete. I just applied online to different agencies, and I just submitted photos. I didn't have any professional photos, really. I had some, but really just submit your digitals, which is just a simple picture, no makeup, natural hair, simple outfit. And I finally started hearing back, and I went and met with agencies in person. Sometimes they have open castings. You should just follow their Instagram accounts or look online. I started modeling really late, 22. So that's pretty old for modeling, so you can definitely do it if I did it. A lot of girls start in their early teens. And then from there, I just went to castings, and I created relationships with different fitness brands. And you know, when one sees you in a campaign, then another one typically brings you in, and I got really lucky and got to work with some amazing brands. And you know, that's kind of how the whole modeling thing started. I will say, because I do get a lot of questions about girls who already have a full-time job and they want to get into modeling. It's like anything you want to pursue and be successful at, you have to give it your all. And if you're working a full-time job, you're not going to be available for castings. You kind of have to make yourself available to be there 30 minutes before they ask you to be there, if they want you to work the next day. It's really, really hard to, I guess, see your full potential with it if you're working a full-time job. So I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm just saying make sure it's something that you really want to do. And everybody's different. I got a question about when was I able to solely just have modeling as my own income? And it's honestly different for everybody. Some girls only do it part-time, and they're fitness instructors as well. Some girls do it full-time. So I mean, if you're doing it full-time, it's a lot easier to see success if that's like your sole focus and you're putting all of your energy and effort into that. I don't know how much longer I want to do it for. I feel like I just kind of gotten started and I'm just getting in my groove, but you know, I'm also getting to a place in my life where I want to be married and have kids and all that stuff too. So I don't know, we'll see what the future holds with all of that. And lastly, I guess I'll talk about my relationship, because I got a lot of questions about Eric. And I'll say we started dating in 2013. We met in 2010. We were just friends. And yeah, so he actually texted me out of nowhere. Like, we would text here and there, just like friendly, but he texted me and was like, pretty much straight up asked me if I was single, because I had dated someone prior to him. And then the rest is history. 6 years later, we're still together. We don't hate each other. It's awesome. Things are great. Haven't killed each other yet, and we've been quarantined for almost 2 months. So I would say that should be something we should be proud about. Considering a lot of the time we are going back and forth between LA and Minnesota, I try to spend as much time in Minnesota as possible during season. I try to balance, you know, I have work and I want to pursue my own dreams too. So finding that balance of compromising to be available and be there with him and support him through his season, which I know is really tough, but also being able to pursue my dreams and be fulfilled in my life. And my mom always told me, be independent, never rely on a man, have your own thing. So I stay true to that, and I have my own thing. And I think it's made our relationship stronger. We have this mutual respect that we know what we're doing now is, we can only do this right now. These are our dreams that we want to pursue. So later on, there's no resentment. Long distance is really hard though. I would not recommend it. We didn't start out that way though. We were together all the time, and then it went to more long distance. But as years have gone on, we've tried to figure out a nice balance of how much is too much time apart, and you know, what's not enough for our relationship. So, but it is working, and you know, we're making it work, and clearly it's almost been 7 years, so I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of that. It is tough though, I will say. And then, is having a boyfriend who plays in the NFL hard? I will say it's hard in the sense of watching someone that you love putting their bodies through so much. I mean, the behind the scenes of things that you guys don't see of them off the field, and the amount of work they put into getting ready for every week, and the amount of pain they're in and all of that. I mean, it's such a physical sport. So I would say that is by far the toughest part for me, is watching someone put their body through so much, even though they love what they're doing so much. It's really hard, but you just have to be really supportive. All right. I think we're gonna have Kevin come on soon, but I guess I'll just scroll on here, and if there's anything that I missed. We moved in together, I want to say a year into dating, we moved in together, so we've been living together for quite a while. We didn't really think about it, you know, it just kind of happened. I would say, like, when I moved to Minnesota full time his first year in the NFL, his rookie year, and it wasn't for me, just because I felt like I was compromising too much as far as my dreams and what I wanted to pursue. So that wasn't a healthy balance for us, as me being there full time. I felt like I'm more present, and I'm a lot happier when I'm there like every other week, or at least every week for a few days here and there. I am there quite a bit, but I am not fully giving up on what I'm doing, which makes me a lot happier. Do I believe in Botox and filler? It's really up to you. That's a personal decision. I've never done it. Whatever makes you happy. But I will say I do see too many young women starting all this preventative shit when they don't need it, and I don't know who's in their ear telling them that they do, because I look at their faces and I'm like, well, I don't understand. So but I'm not going to judge at the same time if that's what makes you happy and that's what you want. But I feel like, you know, too often we're told that there's a standard of how we should look, and what we see in society all the time of what's beautiful. And I don't think we have enough people telling us that we need to embrace who we are naturally and what we've been given and what makes us unique. And I wish more people did that, because I think you would see less people trying to change their face to look like somebody else. My ethnicity, my mom is African American and Cherokee, and then my dad is like a bunch of different mixes of European. My 23andMe is kind of crazy. It's a whole lot going on, but I am African American. Sorry guys, just waiting for Kevin to go on. Whoa. You hear Eric screaming, your mom's black. He's coming down the hall. I hear him. Are you coming in here? You guys, I can just hear his loud ass footsteps coming down the hall while he's watching my live. Are you gonna come in and say hi?
Hey, just to let you know, Allie's wearing sweats underneath this shirt.
I never said I wasn't wearing sweats and slippers. Damn, he really came in here just to call me out.
Oh, yeah.
He keeps me very humble, that's for sure.
What's she doing?
I am on live, Eric, right now, answering questions. And people are saying, what's up?
What up?
Eric, what do you think is the key to a long-lasting relationship?
Oh.
Put him on the spot. You hear his laugh?
I'm not answering.
No? You don't have any words of advice? No words of wisdom?
Nope.
Well?
Anything else?
What can I ask you? How have you stayed motivated during quarantine?
Honestly, you gotta just find things you like doing. Do things you like to do.
Yeah?
Yeah, always do things you like to do. I don't know, it's hard. It's hard when you just wake up and you're at the crib.
Yeah. Like find something therapeutic for yourself. Mm-hmm. No light look weird. All right. Well, Kevin is on, so we're gonna move on to Kevin's questions. What's up?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Are you ready for your questions?
Yeah. Bring them on. Let's go, people. Bring them on.
All right, Kevin. What is the best and worst part about being a personal trainer?
The worst part is probably waking up early. Like, I'm not a morning person. A lot of people at the gym will probably tell you not to, like, talk to me the first, like, 2-3 hours I'm there, like, super early, like 6 a.m. and whatnot.
I know, I've been there when you've been cranky.
Yeah. So I'm not a morning person, but there really is no downfall. Like, you get to really work on yourself. You're in a gym. So, like, you're always working on yourself, your physical and your mental. But I would say the best part about it is, like, the feeling you get when other people feel really happy. Like, when they reach a goal or, like, they lose a lot of weight. So then they come to you, they're, like, super happy. And that makes me happy. And I could probably say that for the rest of the team, like, especially, like, Kirk and all the guys. Like, that's what drives us to go to work, really, being a trainer, because you're changing someone's life. So, like, making them better, helping them feel more healthy, and then that translates to, like, everyday life. So that probably is the best part, is, like, seeing other people happy and, like, their happiness, or what something in the gym brings them, you know what I mean? So it's always good.
How have you stayed motivated during quarantine?
That's a good question. I just keep the same mentality. Like, it shouldn't have to really change that you're just, like, being quarantined. Like, you should still, I always tell people, like, when people start to work out, like, what's your why? So your why is, like, what drives you to keep going every day. Like, why are you working out? Why are you there at 6 a.m.? Why are you doing such and such? So just, like, remind yourself, not only during this time or just, like, any time, just, like, what's the reason behind what you're doing? And that'll probably keep you motivated, because that's what got you started in the first place. So
for sure. So this is always a big question that I get. So I'm going to ask you this one, and it's, do you track macros, and do you think that it makes a difference? This is, like, people's favorite question.
So I just started tracking macros for the first time, really. It does and it doesn't. It does because macros helps you keep in line with what your goal is. And then, like, it's a lot of discipline and going in and weighing stuff and stuff like that. So, like, it's definitely a skill that you have to practice and work on, because it's not easy. But once you get it down, you can really, really, really tighten up, and, like, any loose screw that you have is going to be fixed. And then a lot of times it comes down to diet, and you probably know that. Everyone knows that. It's like food is key, and your body's a temple, right? So, like, I always give people the concept, like, would you rather be a Ferrari or, like, a beat up, who knows what kind of, like, car, you know? So, like, treat your body like a really expensive car, right? Like, you're not going to put really shitty gas in a Ferrari. You're going to put really good gas in a Ferrari. So, like, macros goes a long way. So then, like, on top of that, just, like, keeps you in check, you know? Like, once you practice it, like, you know, like, for example, if you, like, ate a lot in the morning, like, your macros, you know, like, your foods, you start getting used to, like, the calories, the carbs and all that, you know that you have less room at night, or, like, you can kind of work off what that is. So, like, macros is a good way to, like, keep track of what you're doing every day. It keeps you disciplined. So I just started tracking, but don't go crazy. I'll tell people, don't go crazy. Like, don't, like, be a freak and be like, all right, like, I only have 5 calories left. Like, sorry, I can't, like, go eat with you, blah, blah. It's like, don't make it crazy. It's not, it's, again, numbers.
People can become obsessive.
Yeah. So don't get too crazy with it. It's just fun. It's like learning how to, like, treat your body. You're like, put the right stuff in it, the right amount, such and such. And then again, everybody's different. So just to finish up, like everyone's different again. So like whatever I say isn't going to work for Eric, or whatever works for Eric isn't going to work for someone else, or like you, like, so everyone's different. So find your sweet spot. Like, don't base everything off of what other people are doing.
I agree with that 100%. So another thing, people want to know what tips would you give to everyone who's like starting out their fitness journey from jump, that wants to get in shape and feel good? What are your tips for those people?
Yeah. So again, back to the why, right? Like once you start your fitness journey, like your why is your most important. Your why is going to get you started. Your why is going to get you moving and grooving. And again, just like your macros, like don't obsess, don't freak out, don't like make everything hard, right? So I always tell people, like, if it's day 1, you walk 30 minutes, right? Day 2, you walk 35 minutes. Day 4, you walk 40. Like, just add little increments. Right, build, right? Because you want to find goals that you could reach, because you're not going to get abs, and you're not going to be super ripped from night to day, right? Like, it's going to take time. Yeah. So, like, if you want to lose a pound this week, try and lose a pound and a half the next week and a half. Find goals that you could attain, and then it's going to keep you happy and keep you moving and keep you motivated.
Yeah.
That's just hard for some people. So that's a place to start. So just little increments here and there, slow and steady, and you'll get to where you want to be.
Yeah. Don't know what happened. I think you cut out a little. You still there, Kev?
Can you hear me? I'm still here.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know what happened.
Can you see me? Can you see me?
Okay. I feel like a lot of people, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, cool. So I feel
hear
like
you, yeah.
a big reason why people like to come to Dog Pound is because they see all the Victoria's Secret models and all of these hot, skinny girls working out there. And a big question that I got was, how do you get that long, lean body? Like, how do you avoid bulking? A lot of girls wanted to know this.
So this question honestly sometimes works me up. Like, strong is sexy. Like, strong is the move. Like, you can be strong. Don't, again, like, I think it's just like an image people like out in the world. Like, again, everyone's always trying to look like someone else. Just try and be the best version of yourself. Like, find exercises that work for you, right? Like, not all the exercises that I give you, Allie, are going to work for other people, right? Everybody comes in all shapes and sizes. So just like find things that make your body look good. Like, I know some people that just like strictly box, and boxing makes them look great, or like they strictly do HIIT workouts, or like some people just do yoga, literally yoga like 4 or 5 times a week, and that's what makes them look good. Like, just find, there's no like secret sauce or secret exercise, or like, oh, this is going to give you what they look like. Again, like genetics too. Like,
genetics play a huge role.
Yeah. I'm not 6'5". I'm 5'8". So like, that's just, they're just blessed to be long and skinny. But then again, like, you could find things that are going to make you want to look like that, or like feel like that. So again, like, just find what works for you. Don't try to do, and then like, you'll just keep going.
Yeah. So if someone wanted to, like, say, grow their ass, but they don't want to get the bulk in their legs, what would you suggest for those people? Because a lot of people wanted to know about how to get a booty.
See, that's a better question. That's a better question. Yeah, that's a better question. So then again, like, something like that, it's like, you got to find exercises that isolate and target just the glutes, right? Like, for me, bands is like key, right? Because bands are going to really teach you how to like shoot and like target the muscle and like fire it up. And then basically it's just isolating. Like, the more you can isolate, the more you're going to get a bang for your buck. And then again, it's like your glutes aren't the only muscle in your body. Like, working your hamstrings is going to work your glutes, like your lower back, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then again, there's no secret exercise, right? Like
No.
for some people, like squats, just regular barbell squats could help build your butt. And then some people, it's just like putting an ankle weight on and doing 1,000 booty kicks. So it's just like finding what works best for you. But I think definitely isolating and then just like targeting the muscle specifically, like before and at the end is a great way. So bands, to me, bands is like perfect. So you'll notice like when we do our lives, like we always, yeah, bands is fire. And then like, so just to kind of finish that question, like, again, you're going to grow muscle according to the resistance that you're giving your body or your muscles, right? So like if you're loading up your muscles heavier and heavier and heavier, they're going to adapt and they're going to grow, right? Yeah. So find where you feel like you think you want that and then start isolating and focusing just on the glutes, right? So
yeah. What would you suggest for people that are really focused on wanting to lose fat and tone up?
So I would say burn more than you eat, right? So if you burn more than you eat, you will lose weight and you will get skinnier. So again, that goes back to macros, right? So like macros, you could kind of use that to track. So like I use like a Whoop, so I'm not just trying to be like, oh, Whoop, but like it helps me see where I'm at like calorie wise. So like you could base that number off your eating too. So if you're burning more than you're eating, you're going to lose weight and you're going to get skinnier. So it's pretty easy. So caloric deficit.
Cardio.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, exactly. So like weight training is going to help you burn a lot of like calories, cardio, just finding a mix of different things. But again, to lose weight fast, you're going to have to be in a deficit. So like burn more than you eat. So that goes back to macros.
But in a healthy way. In a healthy way, though.
In a healthy way, yeah. Don't.
Let's like emphasize that because I
don't like eat one salad a day, right? You gotta. There's a specific range of a deficit that your body has to be. So that's actually, now that we talk about that, because that happened to me, right? At the beginning when I was like first started training, I really didn't know about like caloric deficits and stuff like that. So like my hormones were like really crazy because I was waking up early, I wasn't sleeping, so then I wasn't eating a lot, so my body was doing the opposite. I was like holding on to a lot of fat. Yeah. So like basically like you got to find your range of like calories and like how much you burn and stuff like that, like basal metabolic rate and all that. So if you go crazy with your deficit, it's gonna mess your body up like even more. So don't go crazy, like Ali was just saying.
Yeah, because I hear a lot of women who say that they're like, I work out all the time and I feel like I eat super healthy, but I feel like I'm gaining weight. And I'm like, well, if you're not eating enough, your body's going to be holding on to the food that you are eating and you're not going to lose weight. So you do need to feel your body.
Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking that way. So that was messing me up. And then I kind of did a lot of research and learning. And then it was like the opposite. So then again, like a deficit could just be 100 calories to start, right? If you burn 3,000, eat 2,900, right? So just start off with a small deficit and find what works best for you. So don't go crazy again, like Ali was saying. With like, I know some people get a little crazy, so just find your sweet spot.
Would you suggest cardio before or after weight training?
I like both, honestly. Like, I like warming up like on the bike. Like to me, I love like a bike warm up for like 5-10 minutes. Just to get blood flowing in the body. And then at the end, it's really good too, just to kind of like tell your body to bring it down a little bit. So it's a good way to just like relax your body from all the high intensity that you're doing. But I like both. But like cardio to me, like it's like light, right? Like running would be a lot more of a cardio workout. Like I do just like little increments of cardio before or after weight training. So like I'll warm up on the skier on the bike 5-10 minutes and then I'll finish with like 5-10 minutes on the bike too. So again, the way we train most of the time, like I train, I just do weight training at a high intensity. So that's basically cardio in itself, right? Yeah. Moving the weights that are hard for you at a high intensity with short breaks, it's going to get your heart rate up. So it's basically a form of cardio. So you don't really need to like go run 2 miles before you go to the gym. So
a big question I got too was how do you avoid late night snacking?
Oh, fuck. This is like my, Late night snacks. So I am guilty as charged for late night snacks. I have a really bad sweet tooth. So basically what I do is I just try to replace the bad things in my kitchen with good things. So like
I
if
do
I get
that too.
yeah, so if I get a sugar craving, instead of having like cookies in the fridge, I'll have fruit. So like you aren't doing as much of a damage or bad for your body. Like fruit's good for you. So like
Fruit is
fruit's a
really
good fruit is a good alternative. Also another one I just got back on is Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is fire at night. And it
Yeah.
has a lot of protein, I get the one with no fat, and it's like 130 calories, and it fills you up for a little bit. Also, too, based on that, is like your cravings is because you're not giving your body what you need during the day, right?
Yeah, that's so true. I was about to say that.
Yeah. So like, if you're not eating well during the day, and you're just kind of like getting by at night, it's gonna hit you hard, and then it's gonna be 10 times worse. So eat throughout the day. Like another thing too, like fasting for me, like was working for a little bit and stopped working. So I eat breakfast. Like a lot of people are like, oh, like don't eat breakfast. So like I eat breakfast because it helps me like get what I need the whole day.
Yeah.
So, like I work out in the morning, so I eat before my workout just to give me energy and keeps me satisfied throughout the day. So fill your body up again, like based off of like the Ferrari thing, like give your body the good gas it needs all day, not just at night when it's already on empty.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then a lot of people wanted to know your thoughts on intermittent fasting.
Yeah, again, it works for some people. It works for some people. It doesn't work, or it doesn't work. Some people it does. Like, again, fasting is great. I think it's a little tough too if your schedule or your lifestyle is crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm training people, like it could be like 4, 5, 6 people in a row, and then like it's hard to find times to eat, not to eat, and then like I was finding myself, I was stressing out because I was like, I'd be done work around like 7:30. So then like I would stop eating at 8. So I'm like finishing work, I'm throwing my backpack on, I'm running home because I have to finish my last meal at 8.
Yeah.
So like that was causing me stress. So like I kind of just gave up on intermittent fasting, and then but then again, some people it could work. Like some people are very like at this time, their
Yeah.
life is the same, so it's easy to keep track for them. But I kind of stopped doing it. But I might get back on it now that quarantine,
Yeah.
so like it's a little easier.
I
'Cause
heard for
obviously
men, like they're able to do it more often than women, because with women it can mess with our hormones and like our periods and all that stuff. So I will say for women who do intermittent fasting, it's not healthy to do it every single day because it can mess up with that. So be careful when you are doing fasting like that all the time.
Yeah. And then again, like fasting could work for some girls, and some girls you can't. So just like find what works for you, and then just also like speak with a doctor, and then your doctor's going to help you the most, right? So
yeah, figure out what you need for your body too, because everyone always likes to ask like, what's your diet, what's this, and I'm like, well, the first thing you do is, if you do have access to a nutritionist or someone that can do that test with you of putting foods and things in your hand, and it's crazy, like your hand just drops if you don't respond well to a food.
Exactly.
And it's good to figure out what foods your body does like and what foods you may not even know that you're allergic to, that you're feeding into your body all the time, and you might see a huge change. Like my dad, it went gluten-free and he lost 30 pounds, and that didn't even have anything to do with working out. It just had everything to do with the fact that his body was hating all the gluten that he was putting into his body, and he was actually like not tolerant to gluten. Like, you know how some people are gluten-free and they actually they're just saying that.
And that's like a little thing, like
but
affecting him that much. But like if you have access to getting like blood drawn, that's the best way. But you'll see little things here and there, like how foods make you feel. So find what foods make you feel the best. Like, again, not everyone is the same.
I feel like there's like at-home kits too. Don't you think that there's like a 23andMe version of like nutrition testing that you could do? I feel like they have had to make something like that you can just have sent to your home. Don't you think? Well, Yeah. And then the last question, yeah, it really is. And the last thing I'm going to ask you before you go is this is the question of them all is, are you single, Kevin?
Yes, as single as could be. Um, yeah, I haven't had a girlfriend in a while. Definitely been waiting for the right girl to come by, but
Ladies, get at him.
yeah, slide in the DMs. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's just tough. Like I'm working all day, and it's like I gotta give my attention to like one person for 60 minutes. So like, it's gonna come down to the pretty dope, cool girl that could kind of understand my lifestyle, and like I can't like be on my phone and being like, so hopefully she'll come through soon. But as of now, I'm single as could be.
You heard that here, ladies. Get in his DMs. He's single, ready to mingle.
Ready to mingle.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for joining. Appreciate you coming on here and
thank you for having me. This is fun. Yeah, honestly, guys, like we've learned that we've been helping a lot of people. So like, again, this is why I do my job, because I really love helping people. So like, if you guys want to see us, hear us more, help you guys out, let us know.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie.
All right, you guys. Now just waiting for Abby. I'm gonna see if I just told her that it's her time to shine. All right. Sorry, you guys. Just waiting for Abby to come on. Oh, here she is. I'm so excited. Here she is, ladies and gents. Hi.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Wait, this is my first time doing a live thing. I was like,
are you serious?
Well, yeah, I was watching before and I was like, okay, like, what do I do? And then you're like, request me. And I was like, how?
I'm glad I messaged you because you probably
I know. I literally was like twiddling my thumbs. Like, when do I go?
Well, this is Abby, everyone. I mean, all
Hello.
the guys can see. So, but thanks for taking the time to come on.
Thanks. I was like so honored that you asked me. I was like, of course. Like, what else do I have to do?
Right? I mean, how do we fill our time with this freaking quarantine going
on? So I literally finished a book for the first time in like years yesterday. I was like, what? I literally read like 350 pages.
What?
It was some like weird like mystery thriller, but I was like, well,
those are my favorites. Those are the only ones I can get through.
Then She Was Gone, I think it was called, or something.
Yeah. Is it like Gone Girl vibes?
But literally exactly like Gone Girl.
Okay.
Because it like transitions from like one person to the other. They're like whatever perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you. Well, I have a whole list of questions for you.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
I know people are excited.
Grill me.
Yeah. I mean, there were some that wanted to know if you would marry them, but she's taken, boys. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
All right. So I'll start out with this first one, which I had so many girls message me about, and they said, what advice would you give to a young girl who wants to take a similar path as going D1 soccer, then becoming pro and U.S. women's national team player? Like, what advice would you give to girls who want to?
Yeah, so I've been getting a lot of like questions like that because I've been on a lot of Zoom calls. So that's actually a really good question. I think like my biggest advice would be to like know that adversity is like going to come your way, and I think it's really important to like how you respond to adversity is like the most important thing. And I think that you know, failing is like good because I think that that's when you learn the most. So I think it's like just know that it's okay to fail and that not everyone's path is going to look the same.
Yeah.
And you know that too, because you've played soccer and like have grown up as an athlete. And I think it's hard sometimes to like not compare yourself to other people. I think
everything
like, in life, exactly. And especially in sports, because, you know, you're like ultra competitive. Yeah. And I think it's just like knowing that, like, you know, there's going to be tough times, but like how you respond, and knowing that like your path is different from anyone else's. And I think that it's also really cool that like there's so much opportunity for female athletes and soccer players now than there ever was. So I think that just knowing that like it's going to be like you can do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to like just touch on the not comparing part. And there, like, people, you hear it all the time, especially with like the NFL draft that just happened. There are guys that Eric's playing with who are starting on his team that weren't drafted at all. And there are guys who went first round that are struggling to make a team. Like with every sport, people have different journeys. So never get down on yourself if you don't make a team the first time. It might take you 5 times versus somebody else that took them the first time. Everybody's journeys are completely different.
Yeah.
So,
really good question.
A lot of people wanted to know, do you have somebody on the team or just in the soccer world that you look up to that influences your game?
Ooh. Honestly, I know this like might sound so cliche, but like I feel like every person on my team like influences my game somehow. And I think that they bring something to the table that like no one else can bring. Yeah. And I think that that's really cool. Like on club and on the national team. I think that like, yeah, I mean, I look up to like all my teammates. I know that like sounds corny, but like it's true. And I think that like I learn from everyone. Obviously, like, you know, Sam Ewis, but like me and Sam like go way back. Yeah. Like, we were playing national team before we even went to UCLA together, me and Sam. Yeah. So it was like a while, you know? But I think that like definitely she's been like a huge like influence to my career, and like we're still playing together and it's been like 10 years.
Yeah, Sam is honestly such a great person to have on the team with you. She's always so uplifting and encouraging, even when like she's doing something and it seems so easy to her, but then like never the type to judge you if you can't do it. Like she's always the first person in your corner, like, we got this. You got this. You're amazing. So I can't even imagine how.
I know. I'm still playing with her. It's been like 10 years.
I know. Like that, it's probably like, it's so lucky that you guys have had each other and had that support, and you guys have gone through so much together in so many different phases of life.
Yeah. Like, we really have, like, through our college days and on. It's like the amount of growth that we've had. We're like, oh my God.
College days.
Oh my God.
People wanted to know. They were like, did you guys party a lot in college? And I was
like, God.
We can't. There's probably a lot of things that we can't share.
I know. I literally, I'm like, I was like, gonna say something, and I was like, okay, wait, I can't.
Yeah, maybe like.
We had fun. We had fun in college. Like, we didn't do anything bad. But, like, it was funny because Erin and I were actually talking, like, recently about, like, college and stuff. And I was like, I did not take advantage of living in LA. Like, I was so dumb. Like, I just stayed in Westwood. Like, frolicking around in Westwood.
Yeah, like, why were we hanging out at, like, college dorms?
I don't know.
Like, when we could have been, like, roaming around LA, like, freely, like, just having the best time of our lives. Like, what's wrong with us?
Don't know. Yeah, I was like, I made a big mistake.
Yeah, I would have to say. And Westwood now is completely different. Like, you guys have Takaya.
I die. Every time I'm in LA, I, like, have so much Takaya. I'm like, I need it.
Oh, my God. And then they have, like, even the athletic center is way better. I'm like, their uniforms are nicer.
I know.
Fly, like, some of the girls fly first class now on the soccer team. I'm like, what is
foreign?
What the hell?
Foreign. So for everyone who wants to know, at NWSL, we still don't fly first class. We're in the middle seats. So our coaches get first class. I'm like, oh, sick.
You're like, sweet.
Yeah, I'm like, are you guys playing the game tomorrow?
No.
Must be nice.
Oh my God. All right. What is your favorite pregame music?
Ooh, I am like usually not in charge of like the music because I feel like it's like stressful to like please everyone. So I just listen, but I don't know, like hip hop, rap.
Is Sam still the only one like dancing by herself?
Oh yeah. Sam's dancing in both locker rooms, like my club team and US team, and it's quality. I have some videos, but like I just can't surface them.
Does she still try to do the worm?
Oh, she like body rolls. You know her body roll. I know. It's like it's hilarious.
You guys, we got photos back from our teammate UCLA Sarah Killian's wedding, and Sam is just full on like trying to do the splits, like while we're all just
in her socks. I forgot she didn't have shoes. I was like,
and
oh my God,
they weren't matching either.
They're not matching, and we were just like so inappropriate. Like we just wanted to dance, and everyone was like, "You guys shouldn't."
Oh, she's hilarious. I love Sam.
She's the life of the party, though. Like things would not be the same without her.
No, they wouldn't. Like there's no party without Sam US.
No.
All right. People also wanted to know, especially girls who are in a similar situation who play soccer as well, like what's your workout routine been for quarantine, and like have you been able to do any like soccer drills or anything to keep you kind of prepared for
so ever since the lockdown, like we've had training partners that have like been consistent. So I've been with Jess McDonald, and we're able to be out on these fields that are like open. And so we like keep our distance and stuff, but we'll do like our coach will send us drills to do and running to do. So we'll like do it together, obviously like apart, but like, and still using each other for technical work, which is actually like very like helpful. But I've been doing your trainings with Kevin.
Yeah.
Is he with Dog Pound? Oh, no,
yeah, Dog Pound.
Okay. It's good. It's like good cross training because honestly, wait, can I flip it? Yeah. All I have are those.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, okay, I need to do like a total body workout. So they've been great. I've been doing like yoga from like vlogs or whatever. Honestly, band work is good.
Yeah, I love bands. They're the best. I tell everybody to invest in them because you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it too, like you and I. Like, I feel like for me, if I lift super heavy, I feel really heavy.
Yeah.
And so I like to do like body weight to like, I mean, the most I have right now is like 25 pounds. So, but honestly, like anything to like just keep your body moving, I feel like is good at this time. Like even like long walks, like I know you go on walks all the time too, is like helpful, you know?
Yeah. Wait, this live, I just need to like cut it out, and then I'm gonna request you again because it's about to like cut me out.
Oh shit. Okay, bye.
Bye.